Yo, today I'm going to show you how to make dark trap melodies that artists actually like and want. I've got 5 simple steps that I follow when creating these melodies, and it honestly couldn't be any easier. Over the past 4 or 5 months, I've been in contact with more artists than ever, with the likes of Unknown T, Tion Wayne, AJ Tracy, Nems, and many more from like European countries like France and Poland. If you don't know, I made this TikTok account at the beginning of January this year, and we already have 17,000 followers, over 800k likes. I think we're sitting around 4 or 5 million views, and I basically just post remixes here. And today I'm going to show you this exact process of how I make these dark melodies that have helped drive a bit of a craze towards me, and like I said, in 5 very simple steps. And guess what, it's actually my birthday in 2 days, so I'm going to run a 30% discount code off of all of my kits for the next 2 days and 2 days only. So if you want to give me a bit of a birthday present, I would really appreciate anyone that buys a new kit. I'm trying to save up for some new equipment so that I can make better videos, so it does go a long way. I do appreciate it. Use the code birthday for 30% off. First thing I'd like to note, we are in 150 BPM right now. Step 1, chords. We are using a bank inside a contact called Straylight, and we're taking this nice deep pad. We're in the key of D minor, and this first step is basically where you're going to create a chord progression. The best way to create dark chords, in my opinion, is actually just using 2 notes instead of like a standard triad. So instead of just doing like a D minor chord, we're going to get rid of these 2 notes, and we're just going to layer the D up top. And then we're going to start a descent in notes through the scale. Just like that. Next thing we're going to do is come into Firelight, which is basically Straylight's sister bank. And we're going to take another pad. And we're going to quite simply have the exact same chord progression, except push down an octave. Next, I'm going to come into Analog Labs and grab a bit of like a synth key. And yes, we are going to play the same chord progression, but I do want to put effects onto this synth key to add a slight bit of movement to the melody. On its own, it sounds like this. Firstly, we're going to throw stereo enhancer onto it, followed by some crystallizer. We're also going to throw on the chaos preset from Portal. You can already hear that movement that I'm talking about in the chords. Now I want to delay that Portal effect even more, so we're going to throw on some fruity delay. And lastly, a bit of pancake just to give it a bit of space in the mix. And then with the pads, it sounds like this. So this is step 1 out of 5 complete. Step 2. Top line. We are going to be coming into Electra X, which is one of my favorite VSTs. We're taking this art. We're going to be using this as like a top line melody. And we're also routing this to another mixer track with the exact same effects as the previous melody. So for a top line, we want to come above our normal melody. And we kind of just want to get some repetition of notes. Might even have to just go back down to D. We can use these notes as kind of guidance, so we can probably push them up. So it kind of comes down like that. To be honest, that's a good enough top melody for me. I'm happy with that. So that's actually step 2 also finished. Next is step 3, accents and textures. I feel like accents and textures have become a lot popular in the past couple of years, which is kind of thanks to producers that are releasing these like accent and texture kits. Now, of course, I have my own kit, which is a Sound Shelter Volume 1 that I will be using. Let's fade that out as it comes in. That sounds kind of mad. And then basically once you layer all them together, you end up with this. I'm then going to stem out my melody in which I want it to be rendered. So we kind of have like the main section here. Then we have the melody on its own. Then we also have the melody without the top line. Which is about to bring us to our step number 4, reverse and blur. So to do this, we are going to highlight everything, press Ctrl, Alt, and C. This is going to make you consolidate your melody. So once you have your melody consolidated, you want to open it in audio editor and come into this little teardrop blur button. Blur is basically like swamping your sample in some sort of reverb. These are the settings that I use. I just click accept, drag that out, and then we can come in here and click reverse. Another optional touch would be also repitching your melody, which we're going to try pitch this down 400 cents. That sounds gross. Which is then going to lead me on to the final step, which is step 5, the final touches. Now, in these final touches of the melody, this is where I kind of like to help structure the melody a little bit, and then maybe add in an extra phrase, whether that's a vocal phrase, whether that's some sort of stringed phrase, piano phrase, just some other sort of melodic element into the beat. So for this instance, we have a vocal from Splice. But what I'm actually going to do is actually reverse it and have it playing like this. And then just so we have a bit of a switch up somewhere in the beat, I also do have our melody pitched up. And those are the 5 steps that I use 95% of the time when I'm making dark melodies. Smash that like button for me if you're enjoying the video so far. I mean, last thing left to do is add some drums. Now, if you're looking for all those accents and phrases, like I said, I do have the Sound Shelter Volume 1. If you're looking for a drum kit, the HOODTRAP drum kit is also here. It's literally the only drum kit I've been using all 2024. It's the drum kit I'm going to be using for this video. So if you're liking these drums, you know where I got them from. I feel like snaps are low-key my favorite thing to add into beats now. I don't know what it is, but the swing is just so nice. Never forget the importance of open hats at the start of your beat also. Need to cut away all the low ends because we're going to add in the 808. This is my go-to 808 from the HOODTRAP drum kit. There's literally nothing added to this. Now, if you're unfamiliar with HOODTRAP beats, there does tend to be a bit of a switch up where you change the 808, change the pace of some things. So that is exactly what we're going to do here. What we're going to do is we're going to copy our snare into a different snare. Also, on this new snare, we do have a slight bit of delay. We're then going to take these notes, pull them over a little bit, and then also decrease the velocity of them. And then we want to pitch them up a little bit. It then sounds like this. We're also going to add in a very, very fast hat underneath it. And lastly, change the 808. We're going to use my HOODTRAP 808. When arranging the beat, I like to add in a couple of effects just to keep it moving, keep the transitions smooth. That's basically it. I'm going to play the beat in full. If you learned anything from this video, I would appreciate it if you can just smash the like button for me. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe because I just checked and I have 60% of people that watch me aren't even subscribed. So I would appreciate it if you can help me push for 30k subs. Yeah, man, here's the beat in full. Like I said, 30% off all my kits also because of my birthday. I like to switch up a lot. And then back into the very original melody. appreciate you for watching, man. Run me up on Instagram and TikTok because they're the only two things I care about. I'm out. Good luck. See you later. Bow.